hope you are fine. Today we will talk about a problem. Since we were practicing pseudocode, so today we will discuss about a problem and then we will try to solve that problem. Okay, let's just start. So our today's problem is that, let me type that problem for you, that the problem is that we will keep asking for a password, okay, until the user enters Ibrahim 123. This is the password. Okay, so here is our problem. Today we will discuss this problem. We will write the pseudocode for this problem. So since we have learned everything about the basics of pseudocode, we know that how pseudocode works and how basically we do pseudocodes, and how pseudocode basically what are the keywords that are used for pseudocode and how does that work. We are well aware and we have already discussed some practical examples for that. Now what we are doing, we are just scaling up. Okay, we are just increasing the complexity of our problem so that we are confident about any sort of problem that comes in our exam. Okay, so we are confident. So since we need to keep ask the user, so we will use loop, because whenever we have to do repetitive tasks, we know that we use loop there. Okay, we use loop whenever we wanted to do the repetitive task. Okay, so let me just write the pseudocode for you. Is so now we will just initially we will set a password to some invisible thing. Okay, so nothing basically. So it means nothing is stored initially to a password. Okay, it's blank. Okay, so now we will use a while loop. Why will use a while loop? Because we want to we need to make sure that we will keep asking the user for a password until that users enters the Ibrahim 123 password. Okay, we will keep asking it. So whenever we wanted to do the repetitive task, what we do, we use loops. We know that. Okay, so now let me write that while our password is not equal to, because we need to keep asking until it is not equal to the Ibrahim 123 password. Okay, so we will keep asking the user until it is not Ibrahim 123. We will keep asking the user until the password is until it is not 123. Okay, let me expand it for you. Now it's easy to read. Okay, so we will keep asking for the password until it is not equal to Ibrahim 123. Okay, all set. Yes. So what we need to do, we will write that print a string that enter the password. Okay, we will just make sure that our code is readable and understandable as well. So we will now read the password, because we need to make sure that our password is equal to Ibrahim 123. Okay, our password is Ibrahim 123. Read the password, and now we will write a if condition, because we need to check now that either our entered password is equal to Ibrahim 123. We need to make sure this thing. So in order to make sure, we use if statement, because whenever we want to check a condition, we use if statement. Yes, na? So if password is not equal to Ibrahim 123, then what? Then we need to make sure, then we will tell the user, we need to print that, we will basically print that this is the wrong password, any error message. Okay, you can write wrong and try again. This is the error message, okay? And we will just end if. Or end while, sorry, yes, end if and end while. Got if statement ended, now it is end while, and print that. Otherwise, if it is equal, if this is not the case, if the user entered the correct password, it means we need to end this, and we need to exit this loop, and we will just print that access is granted to you. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so let me just explain this to you. Okay, this might be a good color. So this is our pseudocode, and I have tried to thoroughly explain it. Okay, all set?
Yes, wait, let me take picture.
Wait, let me just explain it for you, then you will be, and then you can take the
Okay.
picture. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that we need to solve a problem. We need to write a simple pseudocode for a problem, that we need to keep asking for a password until the user enters the password Ibrahim123, or any password it could be. Okay, so we have set the password to empty, nothing. Okay, these are some so this means that it is empty. Okay, okay, so this means that it is empty. Two inverted commas, it means it is not, it is blank. It is blank and it is nothing here. Okay, like we have did it. So initially we have set the password to nothing, empty. Okay, initially nothing it is stored in password variable. So we have checked now that while the variable is not equal to this Ibrahim123, you need to make sure that we will basically ask the user to enter the password. When we will read that password, and we will check this condition, because our core of the problem was to check that if our password was not equal to Ibrahim123. Okay, so here we have basically ensured that our password is not equal to Ibrahim123. Okay, so otherwise, if it is not the case, that if the entered password is not equal to Ibrahim123, it means the user has entered the incorrect password. Yes, now, so then you have to print that wrong. Any error message you can print. I have printed here that wrong, try again, or you can write any error message that this is the wrong password, blah blah blah, anything you want. Okay, keeping it simple. So here we have entered the end of, because we were initially doing the if statements, and end while, and here at the end, if this is not the case and the user has entered the correct password, which is Ibrahim123 in this case, it means we need to exit this loop, we need to exit the if condition, and we will just print that access is granted to you. Okay, because this is outside the loop. Okay, need to make sure. Okay, so this was a simple problem.
Okay.
Since we are doing a chain of problems, since we are discussing the problems that are relevant to pseudocode and that are good for practice, some of majority of them were from past papers, since I have compiled a past paper from you, and I've also sent you some questions for practice on the past paper as well. Okay, for today's practice. Okay, you have to do it on your own, so that you got a good hand practice for any sort of problems that might come in your exams. Okay, so yes, so now let's discuss another problem.